is our 10th day trying to get to the bottom of the mystery of blueprints. I have got my notepad here with me. And I am fresh off of the excitement of the progress we made last time. You might notice that we have 70 steps right now, and that's because we unlocked the orchard last time. It came with a bit of information for us, which I have noted down, and it also came with 30 I think, a load of extra steps every single day, which will definitely help our progress. A few times now I have had to end a run because I ran out of steps. So I'm excited to maybe be able to make some more eccentric decisions with rooms, with the knowledge that I can pretty easily backtrack. We are gonna start off with the pantry, just because I didn't quite want to block myself in that early. Although with our extra steps, I could try to fill the blueprint in kind of row by row, trying to use up as many dead ends as I can early on. We'll go for the nook next, which has a key for us, and I'm just gonna have a quick look around in case there are any other items left behind on the floor. It doesn't look like it though. Let's carry on. Or a breaker box. I think I'm gonna go for the den because I can fill in this bottom right corner, and hopefully pick a nice dead end room that has some good benefits, like the breaker room that I just passed up on. What have we got? So we have the parlour and the bedroom, which I think I don't want to pick. I think I'm gonna grab the hallway closet. Because it will give us 2 items. We'll miss out on the extra one that we get from drafting next to a hallway. But I think that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. Our 2 items are a gem, which is always nice, and a compass. This means that we draw floor plans leading north more frequently. Sure, I will take it. By the way, you might have noticed already, and I'm sorry that I sound a little bit stuffy, a little bit congested. I've picked something up. It's nothing too bad, but it has weaknesses. So, yeah, I'm a little congested. Hopefully it's not too bad though. I am gonna backtrack a bit, considering we have so many steps now, just to see if we can, maybe get a few, like more gems maybe, or items, before I make too much progress towards the back of the manor. We have a nice pit here with 2 doorways, and it comes with a key. Let's check out this corner. Oh. So the nursery is tempting. We have plenty of steps now, but the nursery will let us get 5 more every time we draft a bedroom. The utility closet I do like though. It gives us some nice options related to rooms that otherwise have some negatives. I am gonna pick it, however. I have a bad feeling that we're gonna maybe draft like the dark room really far up. When you draft the dark room, when you draft the dark room, it will flip this breaker to off, and you need to come back to flip it back on. And I have visions of having to come all the way back to the start of the manor to turn that back on. We will cross that bridge when we come to it, though. Okay. So we have a chapel that we could pick. It has 2 doorways, which is helpful. A secret passage is interesting. It does cost a gem, though, but we get to pick a specific room color. And the bedroom is, it's a decent choice. Honestly, the secret passage seems fun. Let's grab that. And we can pick from an orange hallway room, a green room, a purple bedroom, a red room, which tends to come with a drawback press, or a gold sink book, a gold book, which will be a room where we can buy stuff. We do have 8 coins, so maybe a room where we can buy stuff could be fun. They might be dead ends though. The red room could be a dead end too. Well, that, or it could be a really bad negative one. If it's the dark room though, we're looking good. Yeah, let's go for the red room. I think that'll be fun. After all, the main goal of playing this game is not to decipher the enthralling mystery. We're just here to have fun. Look at this though, look at this. We do have the dark room. Last time we got the information we needed to unlock the orchard from the dark room. So I doubt that we will flip that back on. So I doubt that we will get much information from it this time. However, I am excited to see if there are any fun items for us. Plus, there are 2 doors, which is good. My goodness, what is this? Okay. It is a large battery pack, provides juice to battery-powered contraptions. It looked like something else when it was sat there, but I will take it. And I'm going to investigate the rest of the room. Last time I did almost miss some incredibly useful information because I was going to leave this room too quickly. There are a load of photos, and we did get the information from these in combination with the magnifying glass. However, I don't see any more items. Let's head this way. A storeroom, a corridor, or a passageway. Let's grab the storeroom. It leaves us with a little empty square that we can fill in through the entrance hall. So I'm gonna do this. We get a coin. We get a key and a gem. And unless there are any other items hiding around, that is it. There's a nice picture here of Swimbird 2, the famous Marion Marigold character. I think what I might do, now that we have loads of steps, I'm getting pretty frivolous with them. I really hope it doesn't come back to bite me, but I'm gonna double back and go north through the entrance hall to fill in this room. Oh well, nothing really interesting here. We could take the parlor for a gem, or the boudoir, which might have an item. I think we'll go for the parlor. It has a puzzle here with the boxes, where we need to logically deduce which one has a gem inside. One of these boxes is at least one lies, and at least one tells the truth, and only one has gems in it. This box says every box is black, which isn't true. This box says every box contains gems, so this isn't true. It means that before even reading this blank box, it is definitely true. The statement on one of the other two boxes would be true if you replaced the word every with the word this. That's interesting. So, this statement is true. If we replaced every with this on this blue box, it would say, this box is black, which still isn't true. So it must apply to this white box, which will then say, this box contains gems. I'm gonna go ahead and open up this box then. Nice, nice. We have 2 gems. Perfect. Let's head back towards the east of the house and open up the north passageway out of the den. My steps have already gone down considerably. I think I've only just realized how many steps I was using up, just because I started with so many and I was careless with them. Oh, we have quite a few gems, 4 of them, and it's been a while since we've picked the observatory. We have plenty of stars for our constellation, and number of stars. We have collected the constellation we find has a different benefit. We have 13, which gives us clavis, the key, plus 1 key. And the Southern Cross. Rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Sure. Sure, I will take it. I do just want to check upstairs because it's been a while since I've gone up to the second floor in the observatory, and I just want to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. So this wheel controls the position of the telescope. I think we had to, I think we had to put it into place to view the stars in the first place. So I will leave it as it is. And we will check to see what's behind this doorway. Okay, oh, some interesting rooms. We have the Great Hall, which has 7 locked doors. It's not super helpful for us right now, though. The door out of the north direction is really the only one we care about. We have the courtyard, which is a combination of a corridor and a yard. It says it's always left unlocked. It costs a gem, and this one comes with, I think, an item and some dirt piles. And we also have the rotunda, which costs 3 gems and can rotate, but we don't actually care about that because we can only go through the north entrance anyway. I'm somewhat tempted by it anyway because we haven't picked it yet, and I'm wondering if there's anything really interesting inside, like any clues. I'm gonna steer away from it for now. We'll go with the courtyard. But I really hope I get a good opportunity to use the rotunda. Okay, what have we got? There is another lockbox over there. We don't have an item. But there are there are 2 dirt piles too. If we get the sledgehammer, we can break into that lockbox. That'll be nice. For now, though, let's head north. Oh my goodness! I always have my eye on the cloister because it looks so cool, but it costs 3 gems, and we only have 2. I don't think I've ever picked the coat check, but it blocks us off pretty hard, so I think I'm going to go for the Great Hall. It has 7 locked doors though. I do have 4 keys, but I think I'm going to head straight north rather than take my chances on any of these rooms on the side. I think, although it looks like it will be, that the doorway through is going to be in the middle, I don't think it's guaranteed. So we might end up wasting keys. I'm going to use our key on the door at the end. Okay. The rotunda is back, but I still don't have enough gems. The other options are the weight room, where we lose half of our steps. That's not great. Or the chapel, which costs a coin to enter. I think we will have to pick the chapel. The weight room is a really severe negative. do not cost gems to draft. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Let's grab that. It also has a gem in it. Oh, no it doesn't. I saw the gem icon in the text. It has an orange in it. Yum. We do get a nice view of the grounds. But I don't think there's much information to gather from that. I'm excited to pick some cool green rooms though. We do throw another coin away entering the chapel again, but we didn't have much choice on that. Okay, this room is locked. We will use a key. Oh, okay. We have the library, the mail room, and the archives. I don't think that I've picked the mail room yet, so I'm interested in finding out what information we can get from inside it. However, I do remember that I picked a specific book to get from the library, and it is also not a dead end, so I'm going to go for the library this time. We picked up the history of Arindia, and I think it was because one of the articles in the archives speaks about the author of this book, Caleb Manning, being involved in a heist on a museum to, I think, steal the gem, the Arindian gem or something. Anyway, I can see that in February 9th, 81, Herbert F. Sinclair took it out. Mary Jones took it out on January 6th, 84. Detective Bon Markle took it out on 2 occasions, March the 2nd, 87, and September the 3rd, 87. And we're Simon P. Jones, and we took it out today, November 16th, 1993. The History of Arindia, 2nd edition, by Caleb Manning. There's a stamp on this book that says, this book was reviewed and cleared for publication by the Fen Aries Central Board of Education. It has been edited to conform to our department's standards, including the omission of sections deemed inaccurate or unsuitable for public dissemination. Wow. Quite a lot has been redacted. We have a foreword. Blank, the name used to designate the realms of the eastern waters. Blank is no longer blank, known to the average citizen. Blank, of the elder generation. Blank, blank, blank. Blank, we must blank. Blank, 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 blank. Permit our leaders to enjoin us to abandon. Blank, 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 blank. Our past. Blank, blank. I don't know that this book is going to be as helpful as I was hoping. Chapter 1 is called Ayera, maybe. It's got a J in it. Ayera. Most historians mark the beginning of the first era, often denoted as Ayera. I'm gonna go with that. By the ascension of the first king, blank, whose name, Oris, would later grace the burgeoning township in which he was crowned. Oris was known before his coronation as a prominent merchant lord of considerable means and affluence, whose sway in the region made him the ideal candidate for the unification of the surrounding provinces. Regrettably, history is not always forthcoming, and the surviving records of those bygone days are mostly limited to trade agreements and sales receipts. Nevertheless, we can deduce from these ledgers that Oris had but one aim: expansion. The territory spread forth from the heart of Oris, and by the end of the 1st century, the blank, 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 a new kingdom was born. I wonder if we had maybe the magnifying glass. Could that help? I'm not sure. There's also a little picture of a grand-looking castle, but the text underneath is redacted. Chapter 2, Second Era. It was the 4th king, blank, who split the vast domain in 3 equal shares. 3 realms for his 3 children. To the eldest he granted the fields and mountains of his great-grandfather, the middle province and heartspring of the kingdom. The eldest accepted the gift, blank, 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 blank. To the youngest he bestowed upon him the realm of Arch Ares, the land of the northern storms, a wild and untamed expanse, which at the time was not as developed, but a good deal more vast than the eldest brother's lot. And to his middle child, his only daughter, he gifted her the southern region of Iraja, maybe Iraha, blank, a land steeped in tradition, blank, blank. Chapter 3, Third Era. Oh, I skipped ahead and there's something there. As the Second Era drew to a close, the 3 sovereign realms had achieved a period of remarkable progress and prosperity. Each of these distinct regions, ruled by their respective sibling monarchs, had blossomed, cultivating the bountiful resources of their lands, and developing a unique character and culture that set them apart from one another. Despite these differences, the sibling monarchs managed to maintain friendly relations throughout their lives, and were known for their cooperation in matters of trade and transportation. The succeeding generations of their heirs continued that tradition, and the Third Era was defined by... Well, there's a lot of redaction here. Blank, 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 blank. Commerce between the realms, further strengthening their bond and laying the foundation for the promise of a prosperous and bright future. Blank, 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 blank. The next page has a slip of paper inside, which I think we should look at first. Let's open it up. Whoa. It is a letter addressed to Baron Sinclair. Thank you so much for your cooperation with our department and this investigation. We know our presence is never convenient, especially for someone of your social status, so it means all the more that you are not only tolerant, but also willing to aid our efforts in getting this business done as quickly as possible. We are returning with this letter the book you lent us. Though I must confess, it was not as much help as I had hoped. I had heard that your library of rare and restricted books was quite extensive, and I was told by a reliable source that if a first edition and uncensored copy of the history of Orindia could be found, it would likely be found within the Baron's own collection, but perhaps I was misinformed. Still, part of me thinks that you may have given me the censored copy as a jest, a taste, if you will, for the bureaucrat of their own medicine. If that is the case, then I say well done, fair play, and perhaps on my next visit we'll have a laugh about this, after you have given me the actual manuscript. Until then, Detective Bon Markle, Redguard. How interesting. Let's continue the book and then we will collate our thoughts. Chapter 4, Fourth Era. As the kingdom blank entered the Fourth Era, a different kind of ruler took the reins of power. King Desilets the Third was a blank 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 king who often was seen blank blank drinking blank, a sight that shocked not only the gentry and the court, but the masses as well. Blank 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 blank. Desilets was renowned as the king of blank. No one, when he made the decision to move blank 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 Ving Castle. Just a reminder, all of these blanks are redacted sections of text, so it doesn't make sense. The people were overjoyed by this choice, and blank 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 were those that viewed the king's conduct to be unbecoming of his blank 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 common folk. These blank voices planted the seed blank blank which took root in blank 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 grand city of Fen. Oh, there's a couple more pages. This is, my goodness, there's quite a few more. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I don't know if the novelty ran off a while ago, but I'm just gonna say one blank for each redacted section of text to try and just get through a little bit quicker. Chapter 5, Era of Ruin. After the passing of King Desilets III, the Fourth Era came to an abrupt end. Thankfully the king died blank. On the very next day, the 6th of October, the blank Prince Learson of Fen declared himself the true monarch. This declaration was bolstered by a blank number of supporters, due to the fact that Desilets IV shared blank little of his virtues. As the prospect of civil war seemed inevitable, the realm's regiments were hastily recalled from the frontiers to stamp out and put an end to the Fensurrection. However, instead of restoring order, what ensued was a savage and merciless campaign against their own people. The gardens of Fen, once a center of splendor, were transformed into a battlefield as the cries of the innocent echoed through the city's streets stained in red. There's an illustration of the pacification of Fen here. It looks like it is of a place called Morning Bay, and I can see billows of smoke. The brutality of the pacification of Fen did not go unnoticed by neighbors. As sympathy for the city surged, allies came forward to lend support. Among them was the general of the Northern Regiment, who, sickened by the barbaric actions of the other battalions, joined forces with Prince Learson leveraged their political influence and favors to persuade the nearby realms of Arch-Ares and Nuance to join their cause. That's an odd name for a realm. However, even with the tide turning in their favor, victory did not come easy. The War of the Fifth Era lasted 22 long years, and Saul buried one in every 3 men. Prince Learson himself added another number to the casualties. However, even in death, he had won. Oris had fallen, and with it the realm. The black flags that had flown for 5 eras were burned, and in their place red banners were hoisted in honor of the fallen of Fen. The few remaining members of the former royal family fled in fear of their lives to the south, forever exiled. And we have one proper final page for the current era. Today the realms inherited by the 3, Fen Ares, Arch Ares, and Iraja, once again stand united as allies, though the distance between our peoples has grown. Our connection to this land remains as strong as ever. The spruce and birch that span across our realms serve as a constant reminder that we all share a common past. Blank. For this is, despite everything else, a land rich in history, a land of myth and wonder, a land that's sprung forth the greatest empire the world has ever seen, the land of our fathers, of our mothers, and of our children. Blank. And then on the final page there is a short redacted section. Wow, well, there's a lot to digest. First of all, there are a couple sections of text, a couple words and things that are pretty bold. They're in capitals and they look a little bolder. For example, Arch Ares, Iraja, King Desolates the Third. What else have we got? Arch Ares again, Nuance, the War of the Fifth Era, Fen Ares. I imagine that, if anything, they are worth noting down. Otherwise, this picture on the back, there's an illustration of some mountains on the final page, and I wonder if they are the mountains that we can see. If we stand looking outwards from the entrance of Mount Holly, which, if that's the case, suggests that we are now in one of these realms, and that this is our history that's being written about. Also, Nuance is a really interesting name of a realm. And this is the only time it shows up. Okay, otherwise this letter is also interesting. I wonder if an uncensored copy of the history of Arindia is still in this manor somewhere. What I am hoping isn't the case, though, is that we need to check all of the books that are physically in this room with us. Go around the bookcases just to make sure that there isn't one that's interactable. I think I've done that before, but I'll give it a quick once over just to see if anything jumps out. Otherwise, let me just quickly note down a few bits about what we've read here, in case it comes in handy. Okay. I've noted down a few potentially helpful things, including these realm names that are in capitals. Who knows? Who knows if they will ever come in handy? I don't think I'm going to comb through every book. I have some faith / hope that the game wouldn't resort to that. So we are just going to continue through this door, using up one of our last remaining keys. So we can pick from the servants' quarters, which doesn't do much for us. It gives us +1 key for each bedroom in our house. And we don't have any bedrooms yet. The patio is free though. And spreads gems in each green room, of which we have 2 already. Or the coat check. I think I'm going to grab the patio. So we get a gem. We also get an apple, which is nice. If we find a shovel, we have 2 more dig spots. Let's head north though. Oh, okay. I like the look of the laboratory. It gives us some experimental house features which could be very, very interesting. Let's head in. We have done some investigation in the lab previously, so I don't think there's any more information for us to get. We've read the letters, and there was a periodic table of elements puzzle here, which is related to this machine with all these levers. However, we need to hook it up to a boiler room for that to be useful. For now, though, let's check this, where we should be able to switch on an experimental house feature. Okay, what have we got? So we pick 2 halves of a phrase. The first half could be whenever you draft a shop room, or while drafting, if you draw a drawing room floor plan, or the next 3 times you open a locked trunk. And the effects, the consequences could be gain 1 key, 1 gem, or 1 die, selected randomly. Gain 1 key for every 2 hallways in your house. Or set your steps to 40. Wow, we have some really interesting options there. Off the top of my head, I think we've seen 2 locked trunks, so that option could be very useful. We could say, whenever we open a locked trunk the next 3 times, we get a key for every 2 hallways in our house. I think we maybe have 2 hallways. It gives us a free locked trunk in that case. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab that. The next 3 times you open a locked trunk, gain 1 key for every 2 hallways in your house. Let's start the experiment. Perfect. Now I wonder if it's worth backtracking to try and open those trunks. We have 41 steps, and there was a trunk in, I think, the den and the courtyard. Oh, we have loads of hallways. We have 4 of them. Or if we wanted to backtrack to the den and come back, it would cost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 2, 14 steps and 2 gold. Let's draft this room. No, let's not. I was gonna say let's draft this room, but I'm a little paranoid that we might find a room that costs 3 gems, and we wouldn't be able to afford that. It's a bit quiet, but there's a noise when I'm out here in this room. It almost sounds like birds chirping, but it's really regular, so it kind of sounds a bit like an alarm. Okay, there goes one of our coins. We're gonna head back. We have 1 key, but we need it to start this chain. Oh, look at that. We have a green gem from where we spread the gems. I guess it might be worth popping into the terrace on the way back then. So we're gonna unlock this. Nice. Infinite coin hack. And I'm gonna head back further to the den, where there was a second locked trunk. What have we got in here? We're up to 4 keys, very nice. We're up to 5 keys, 5 gems, and 11 coins. I think, yeah, I'm gonna head right back to the laboratory. What I'm really hoping, and it's something that I kind of leaned probably too heavily into last time, what I'm hoping is to be able to connect. We'll grab our gem from here at the cost of 2 steps and an extra coin. I'm really hoping to connect the laboratory to the boiler room in some way, which will let us do this puzzle. Alright. Oh, it's locked, but we have loads of keys. What have we got? Security is going to be very interesting. We switched the security doors to off, and once we get into security, we can update the security protocols to turn the security level to high, so that there's more locked doors or more keycard doors, and while offline, how do I get to this? While offline, we will unlock those security doors. So it should save us from having to use all of our keys. And we can also check if there's any items we've forgotten. 3 keys. My goodness, where are they? Are they in this room? I've left 3 keys somewhere. How interesting. We have quite a few now, so I'm not too beat up, but I wonder where I left those behind. Let's head this way. Oh, this rotunda could be very, very useful. I'm gonna pick it now. I've been wanting to, so let me grab this. Well, it is a very interesting room, but I am pretty glad I didn't pick it earlier. This isn't too useful right now. Oh, it's got some nice music to go along with it though. I love the gears in the roof here. Let's just gonna press this button and it spins. Oh, okay. I wasn't thinking that it would work like this, but it makes sense. So we have access to all of the doors in a spinning fashion. How interesting. I'm trying to rack my brain to think about how this is more useful than just a 4. There's one of the rooms has all 4 doors available. I guess it's more thematic. It looks cool. Let's carry on. That one's locked, but I think we're gonna unlock it. 4 keys. Oh, like this one, the passageway. The rotunda cost 1 extra gem, and as of right now, it seems strictly less useful. I'm sure there's some trick to it. I'm gonna pick the cloister though. It is free because we picked the terrace. And I haven't been in here yet. Oh, 2 more dig spots. How do I get in the middle though? Regardless, I don't have a shovel right now, so I wouldn't be able to open them even if I wanted to. There's an interesting statue of some sort of angel with a royal scepter and crown on. And we also have 2 keycard doors, which we can open for free. Guest bedroom, archives, or wait room. I think I'm gonna grab the guest bedroom for the extra steps. And I'm gonna head in, see if there's anything here. Oh wow. We picked up an electronic key card, which is redundant at the moment. Otherwise there's a letter which we have read previously. Let's try this other keycard door. We have a garage plus 3 keys and it costs a gem. We did turn the garage on in the utility closet, so I'm really excited to see what that does. Is it just that the lights are on? Oh, these are 3 keys. Oh my goodness. Of course, switching the garage on lets us leave through the garage door. That is so exciting. Let me have a quick look around before we leave though. It is a bit of a mess. There is some bunch of oil on the floor and a load of junk on the shelves. There, let's read this. Christoph, this is the 3rd time this month you and the car have been gone when your services were required. I think I might have read this ages ago. I don't care how long you have been driving for his lordship. Your absence must be accounted for, Mrs. Babbage. I think I might have come into this room ages ago and read that, but I wouldn't have left at the time. So we got our keys, we opened the door. I don't know that we can interact with the car at all. Although the number plate, the license plate on the front says SWNSNG. Swan Song, which is the password for the computer system. Okay, I don't know that there's anything else for us in here. Let's head out of this newly opened garage door. I'm a little nervous. We can head back towards the front. Back towards the front of the house, or come round here. What's round here? What's round here? There's a closed gate this way, so a dead end there. But we can head back towards the front of the house. we also get some very nice music playing too. Wow. So those are the mountains. I don't know that they particularly look like the ones that were illustrated in the book, but there's some more mountains around this place anyway. Potentially if the illustration was just supposed to kind of represent the fact that the region is mountainous, then this could be helpful for us anyway. Oh, nice. Nice. We have opened the west gate. The west gate has been permanently unlocked. Very nice. What's over here then? I do want to be running around just in case there's anything hidden. There's a little river here carved through the rocks. And we get a lovely view of the mountains. We can run across this bridge here to a pretty mysterious looking room. What is this? Oh, what is this? What is this? We have some interesting choices. We can pick between the root cellar. Rooms in your house will be more likely to contain dig spots today. We have loads of those. The tool shed, which gives us 2 special items. Or the hovel. Special floor plans now cost additional steps instead of gems. Well, we have loads of dig spots already, and we are running low-ish on steps, so I think I'm going to grab the tool shed for 2 special items. What have we got here? We have a wrench, an adjustable gear wrench. Each time you draft a mechanical floor plan, you may permanently adjust its rarity. Whoa. And we have a metal detector, I think. Greater chance of finding keys and coins. How interesting. So I suppose we have access to this special room at the beginning of every single run. That's so cool, I love that. One other thing which I remember from ages back was there was some interesting, it almost looked like there was a code on one of the letters, and I seem to remember it said the word bridge, of which we have one here. Let me check my notes. I'm going to have to flip back to almost the beginning just to see whether it was anything useful or not. Found it. The very first page, I've got 2 notes. One says pantry, and then the word bridge. And the other one says nook, and then the word beside. That's all I've got though. I guess we should do our due diligence by checking beside this bridge. Although, without any more information about what we're looking for, or where exactly beside the bridge, we might be in for a difficult job to find some hidden little spot. also because this area is now permanently open. I wonder if it might be more sensible to not spend our time combing through this forest, and instead we will just try to keep our eye out for some more of that kind of code. It was, from what I remember, it was in letters written, maybe in like block text. There were some words that were like in cursive, but I'm not seeing anything here right now, and we can always come back, so I think I'm going to move on. We still have a few steps left to use, and I am hoping to... I'm looking at tiny stones now. This is technically another bridge. Let's look beside this one. Just a pipe and a drain. I am looking to make the most out of that wrench that we have. It sounds very unique and potentially very useful. So let's head back. We're taking a bit of a wiggly path. There's the garage there. The garage. And nothing else is jumping out at me, so I think we are gonna head back in for now. Here we go. It costs another step, of course, to enter the house once again. But let's carry on. We now have loads of keys. We don't have too many gems though. So, okay. Aquarium, corridor, weight room. Aquarium makes sense. We're really close to the antechamber, but we need to unlock it first. There was a coin hiding on the floor there. What's this? Oh, what appears to be a broken lever. Huh. I seem to remember a note at one point about one of the... There's a lever. There are, I think, four levers you need to unlock a final room, and one of them is broken. Billiard room, the gymnasium. Whenever you enter the gymnasium, I'm gonna pick the gymnasium because we turned the power off, so we can head through without spending any extra steps, I think. We'll go in here. The bedroom, the commissary, or the nursery. We have plenty of gold, so I think I'm going to grab the commissary. Yeah, to continue my thought, there are 4 levers to unlock the final room, and one of them is broken. So I'm guessing this is for that. Oh, and there's a devious key hidden on the floor. What's for sale today? We have running shoes, sleeping mask, sledgehammer, or magnifying glass. And we can only buy one of these. I don't remember what they all do. I think sleeping mask gives us extra steps when we draft a bedroom. I think running shoes is something like every time we would gain steps, gain 1 extra. No, that's a salt shaker. What's the running shoes? And the sledgehammer lets us break open chests, which isn't an issue right now because we get a load of keys from it anyway. I am a fan of the magnifying glass because we can investigate otherwise hidden bits of information. And I am curious about whether there's anything that we can inspect in that book. So I'm going to grab the magnifying glass. And we're going to head this way. Locked. So there's a boiler room here, which is a power source. And we can change the rarity. I like the sound of that. No. Oh no. It cost a gem and we don't have any gems. I was so excited. I'm just gonna pick one of these other ones, but I don't think I'll go in unless I can spot a very helpful item. I don't think so. Oh, that's such a shame. That's such a shame. We're gonna have to head back this way now. Let's go through here. Oh, if only we had a shovel as well. Dining room. Each day a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been achieved. Well, rank 8 has indeed been achieved. And we could do with the steps, so I like the sound of that. Any other items? Any other items? Our metal detector would go off if there were. Let's just chow down on this delicious looking wood-fired pizza. Plus 10 additional steps if we have a furnace. Right. That would be good. I'm just gonna eat the pizza, I think. Yum. No, let's not leave a slice. I could do with all the steps. This rotunda is really interesting to me. It's really interesting to me because I mentioned that it just seemed worse than the what was it? There was like a four-way corridor. But I didn't foresee that it is a lot worse, because although it rotates, we're blocked off now unless we got into it and then rotated it again. So there must be some kind of secret to do with it that I am missing. For now though, we're gonna have to backtrack round to the rotunda anyway. So let's head on through. Here we go. Every time I run past these dig spots, it is painful. It is painful to me that we don't have a shovel. While we're here, I'm gonna check what's in this room. Using up all of our keys now. Oh, well, we don't have a gem. Spare room or bedroom. Rotate floor plans. Oh, is that the use? We can rotate the floor plans like this. Interesting. I mean, it's not too useful right here. I guess I'm gonna pick the bedroom. And without entering, I'm gonna try and peek around the corner. I don't see anything though. Let's spin this rotunda around. We will leave it with this positioning. Oh no, one more. We'll leave it with this positioning and then we can head north through the security. Okay, not that way, here we go. Let's see what's through here. Another one of our fairly precious keys at this point. Kitchen, which we can't afford, the archives, or the boudoir. Well, the archives is the only one that doesn't block us off at this late stage, so I'm going to grab that. I wonder before I go in though. Nah, the dark room, which is, and the great hall, which both have paths that we could take us so far back. We have 34 more steps, but that'll cost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 to get to the dark room. Double to get back. It's probably a lot easier for us to get back to the garage and then go all the way around. I'm gonna head through here now. I do want to end up in the library though before we run out of steps, so that we can investigate that book. Right, what have we got? I mean, we don't have any gems, so it's gonna have to be this. Okay, it's the boiler room. Oh, it's the furnace rather. Does that count? Does that count as a fuel source? No, it was the boiler room we're looking for, right? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna head north then. Although we don't have any gems, and if it's the boiler room, oh, we're in a pinch. We are in a pinch. Garage, that would cost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to get back to the dark room. Oh, I'd really like to try and get some more gems. I think I'm gonna do it. If that ends up being like the boiler room, then we are gonna be in a great position if I do go back. So I think I'm gonna head back this way. Spin the rotunda a few times, waiting for it to slowly spin round. We'll go again, we'll go again, we'll go again. Here we go. Oh, I wonder what the secret could be. How interesting. Let's head this way though, all the way through the cloister and out the garage. This will save us some steps in the long run. We're gonna head back towards the front of the house and back in the entrance. It's a shame I haven't been able to use that wrench yet, but without any gems, I think it's unlikely that we'll be able to pick up pick up a mechanical room. Okay, so back through this way. Yep, through here. And I mean, fingers crossed that this is any kind of useful room. Oh my gosh. Stop. We have the boiler room again, but we don't have the gem. We need to have it connected up here anyway, so I'm not too torn up on that. The maid's chambers. Less likely to find items laying around your house. Or an archived plan. I might pick the archived one, but it would be a nightmare if it's just a dead end. We'll roll the dice though. Oh my gosh. That's awful. I hate that. It is like the worst dead end. It's a bathroom. I'm not going to waste a step by going in. Our last chance is that the Great Hall gives us something useful. So I'm going to head back through to the Great Hall. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to head back through to the Great Hall. We might actually... The security room said that I'd left 3 keys somewhere. So, we might actually run across them, and the metal detector will help us to find them. That would be very good. That would be very good. We're gonna go back through the pantry, back through the pantry, back through the pantry. It also gives us a chance to run through the library too. So I'm not too mad about this. Hopefully we find those keys. this way. It doesn't seem like that they're in the observatory or in the courtyard oh, it sounds like they are in this room then. The metal detector is not beeping too helpfully. It sounds a little quicker here though, so I'm gonna unlock this door. Oh, very useful. 2 keys in here. There's one other key hiding then, I think. And I think it might be in here. What have we got? It is perfect. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we're so close to getting inside the antechamber. We have found one of the levers, which is somewhat accessible to us, depending on the room we draft there. That's so exciting. Oh my gosh. Let's open this door here. Some gems would be great. Okay, what have we got? The billiard room. That could have gems. This has a dartboard puzzle. Oh, and a banana for 3 steps. Nice. So this puzzle is like a maths one. Depending on which segment of this dartboard is lit up, we have to do a different sum. So I think this is 4 divided by 2, which would be 2. We have 17 plus 16 divided by 3, which would be 33 divided by 3, 11. We have 12 plus 1 is 13. I think this is divided by or minus. We can do it both ways, I guess. 13 minus 10 is 3. Multiplied by 3 and then divided by 3 is just 3. Okay, nice. This is taking the piss now. All I wanted was some gems, and the billiard room gave me 2 more keys. I guess we can open up the Great Hall some more. We'll find out what room is, yeah, look, we have to do this one. We'll find out what room is to the left, and it might be something very useful. What have we got? Whoa, what's this? The foundation does not reset each day. My gosh, I've never seen that before. Let's go with that. Whoa. It's like a pretty useful 3-doorway room in the middle-ish of the house. There's a dig spot, there's 2 dig spots, and like an elevator shaft. Wow, this is cool. I bet if we connected this to the boiler room, we could activate that elevator or something. Let's see what's in here. Maid's chamber. Oh, I'm going to take the archived one, I think. It is a spare room, which is not useful. Okay. There's been quite a lot happening in this run, which I'm excited about. Right, so I want to get back up here to the north. We have 12 steps. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's cutting it close, but we'll be able to make it as long as we don't take any wrong turns. Plus, I get to go through the library to investigate that book. I'll just open it up, and our magnifying glass will help us just magnify various aspects. Maybe something in the pictures. It doesn't help with these redacted sections, which makes sense, I guess. How about this castle? Anything helpful here? Anything helpful here? Just combing through, just combing through. I don't think there's anything on this castle that is helpful. Next one, we have these 3 statues. Again, nothing too helpful. What else we got? We have this map. Also unhelpful. This letter, which doesn't seem to have any hidden information. So far, every bit of information that can be revealed with the magnifying glass has been sort of obvious. It's been obvious that it's information we can't discern just by looking at it. And the magnifying glass will help, of course. Nothing here through Morning Bay. Finally, over the picture of these mountains. Just a nicely drawn illustration. Then the final page, nothing here. That's okay, that's okay. It was a long shot. The information in that book was all redacted anyway, so not something you can usually use a magnifying glass for. I'll just go the long way through the laboratory in case there's any hidden items. And we're gonna head north through the archives. See what we've got. Wow, okay, well, this isn't great. I'm gonna be honest, this isn't great. We have to pick the archived floor plan, and if it doesn't connect to the left, we don't get to go into the antechamber. Fingers crossed, everyone. Oh my god. It's the coat check. Oh, this is revenge for never having picked it, isn't it? This sucks. I mean, I guess we'll use it. We don't have an item to retrieve. Let's check an item. My gut is telling me that checking the broken lever would be the most sensible. Although it's a shame. It's a shame that we didn't get to use the gear wrench. I'll do the broken lever because I feel like it is going to be important for us to finish the game. Well, we are kind of screwed. I have 3 more steps and nowhere left to go. We can get it back into the patio, and that's about it. We were so close, we were so close. I am still very happy that we managed to unlock this permanent west gate path. And this permanent, the foundation room. However, it's a shame that we are so close to the antechamber. Should we finish in a nice... Oh, you know what? I was gonna say we'll finish with a nice view in the patio, but as soon as we step in, we're gonna pass out. I'll go in and then really quickly run. And then we'll really quickly run to the fence. Wow, that was not as cinematic as I was hoping for, but it's okay. We've used all our steps and we must now call it a day. Let's see what kind of mount we had. We had London manor. I think this was definitely the most filled in manor that we've done, which makes sense considering we started with loads of extra steps and we picked up a bunch. However, that was a very long run. Usually I get 2 runs in, but it's been almost an hour and 40 minutes for just this one, so I am going to have to call it a night there. I really, really, really hope that you enjoyed this one though, and I hope that you come back again soon for another one. Thank you, 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 thank you so much for joining me today. And good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night, good night.